Can't believe I kept getting the name of that fucking Baron von Bielski. Jesus Christ.
Hey, man, sometimes comedy writes itself.
Hello, everyone.
Sorry.
Welcome to Cranked and Reviewed, which is not really a regular thing that we do, but this is a very special occasion. If you're new, we're normally a podcast / YouTube show where we crank and rank. It's called Cranked and Ranked. And we take artist discographies and we rank them from least to greatest and have a big ass conversation, and everybody has a great time. But today we're here to do an album review. So today it's Cranked and Reviewed.
It is indeed.
So, and the reason we're doing this is because this involves a gentleman that we became, quasi-friendly with. We're show business friends, as they say. Because was it a year ago we did the Saigon kick? Not even.
Yeah, I think it's like 4 or 5 months.
Okay, yeah, we did. We ranked the discography of Saigon Kick, and we were very quickly contacted by pretty much the mastermind of that group, Jason Bieler, and he really appreciated what we did. And very quickly, I'm like, "You want to be on the show?" And then he came on, and we did an interview with him, which I'll post all that in the video description in case you're interested. But we soon learned that not only was he a super talented dude, but also a super cool dude as well. And even cooler, he sent us his brand new album about a week or so before it was supposed to come out. So we're here today not reviewing the album that you think we're going to be reviewing, but I'm not even going to mention it. We'll get to that later. But also coming out today on April 14th, 2023. It sounds weird when you say it like that. 2023. It sounds futuristic. Then you just say 2023 and you're like, oh, it's that shit time that everybody's having. Today is the brand new album from Jason Bieler and the Baron von Bieler Orchestra. The second album under that moniker, which is called Postcards from the Asylum. And we... because he's a friend of the show, we decided to do a special review for this particular album, and we're just gonna have a little quick discussion / review about. And I when I sent it to Eddie, I'm like, don't say anything to me because I want all of our conversation to be right here on this video. I've had a chance to listen to it a few times, and luckily, I think 5 of the tracks had been released previously, so I really knew those. But the full album, which is well over an hour's worth of music, it's a long motherfucker, it's finally out today. And I'll put a link also in the description to where you can get it, because you can get it on all your streaming services, but also you can purchase vinyl copies of it. I ordered one way back. It's going to take a while because that's what vinyl's like these days. But all right, all the formalities out of the way. Let's start talking about this particular album. I think I'm going to let, as usual, I always let Eddie Sparxx go first, and because that's the kind of gentleman I am. And so what did you think of first list, or how many listens have you had, whatever, of Postcards from the Asylum?
I've managed to do a couple, and like you, I've heard some of these songs off of the, at the time it was the Bear Sedatives EP, but it was more of just a single that he kept slowly adding more songs to. Yeah,
and then it became the Heathens EP.
yeah. It's just the world's most evolving EP. But basically, I'm thinking we do this track by track. So
hell yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's keep this nice and seamless. Bombay. Track 1, killer opener.
I'm gonna call it. I think you'd be hard pressed to hear a better album opener this year. Like that. Everything. It's almost like he knew. He was like, okay, I need an album opener, and he just knew exactly what to do. And it's just so good. It's got energy, but I love how the chorus kind of drops out. Like it's not. you expect the chorus to be a little more driving, but the drums drop out and it makes it even fucking cooler. So yeah, anyway, track one.
Great melodies, bombastic riffage.
Yeah.
Great way to kick this album off. Numb, you know, I hear heavy riffs with an Eastern edge and I am invested. You know, it's one of the quickest keys to my music heart. You know, I only wish that the breakdown riff at the 3:30 mark lasted a whole minute because it was just so fucking rad.
Hey, the album's already long enough as it is, man.
And, you know, that might be why, but yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. Heathens feels like Pantera with an even sassier edge.
So Heathens is a really good example of how Jason Bieler. So I'll just throw it out here. Like, he's easily the most talented person I've ever spoken to in person, like, for real, because he, like, all, if you know Sacred Reich, Saigon Kick. I did that when we did the Saigon Kick ranking. I think I said that at one point. It's because they have a similar sound to their names. Saigon Kick, the songs were all like incredibly well written songs and written by Jason Bieler. Although the first two albums he was just one of a pair of vocalists, but even with his solo stuff and the last Jason Baron von Bieler Orchestra album, which
Bielski.
Was, what did I say?
You said Bieler.
Baron von Bielski. God, have I been fucking that up the whole time? I apologize.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jason.
I thought it was a single flub, but I'm saving your ass here.
God damn it! It's because I'm not looking at it in front of me. It's all off memory. But his last album was called Songs for the Apocalypse, and on that one, it's the same thing. Where occasionally a song will start and I'll go, I don't know if I'm feeling this one right away. But he has a way with his songwriting and the harmonies and the craft of the song and the performances and he adds little things that even a song that I may not be feeling, he will drop something in there that I'll go, all right, I'm in now. And that one's a good example because when it starts, I'm like, okay, but the chorus of that song, it just fucking takes off and I absolutely love it.
I mean, when you get to track 4, Mexico, you know, a thing that always draws me in is the ability to crack out about 3 rockers and then at track 4 have like an emotional ballady sort of track to shake things up.
Yeah.
Yes, I am a Metallica fan, but you know, the track 4 ballad placement is a tried and true method and it's a great song.
Absolutely. You know? And that's another thing. There's an incredible variety on this album. I almost feel like it's something for everybody, except maybe for the death metal and grindcore fans. But I think Jason can get on that for the next album. Maybe throw in, you know, a couple grindcore songs. Maybe they only last like less than a minute. You can throw one out.
I was going to say there's probably room on this one for one of them. Yeah. Birds of Prey is a cool vibey track. I love the, you know, overarching feel of all of these songs. Like they're all completely different in their own way, but they're also really cohesive.
I also feel like every single one of these tracks, because Birds of Prey is a really good example, where I just feel like I could see him getting obsessive over writing and putting together these songs where he doesn't quite know when to stop. In fact, I think he said something about that in the interview that we had, because a lot of these songs, it feels like every last bit of ideas and songwriting has been squeezed out of him and put into these songs where they just sound so perfectly done that some of them make me angry that this is not a bigger release. Like, this should be a fucking album that like everyone in the world he should have pulled a U2 and like, this is just on everybody's iPhone. Cause I think in this case, most people would be like, oh shit, I'm keeping that one. So, yeah. Anyway,
and not to mention the absolute mind fuck of Flying Monkeys.
You
know, I've known this one for a while, and it still bends my mind in ways I thought not possible. Like
somebody out there, tell me what time signature that song is in.
Don't like the monkey scary. It's like,
But it's great. It's absolutely great, and he really does have this. That's like you've got literally everything. Like, you like a proggy fan? Do you want that music that kind of confuses you on the first listen? There you go. You got Flying Monkeys.
And on the complete other end of that, you get Sick Riff, fucking incredible, filthy, Me Likey, and even that one's like kind of confusing. But in a you can still like bang your head to it way. I'm like,
it's an off kilter riff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out. It's awesome, you know?
I almost feel like I haven't really like taken it apart, but I almost feel like the drums are playing a different time than the guitars, which are playing a different time than the vocals are, and altogether it kind of makes some kind of sense. But
it got like a polyrhythmic sort of thing,
yeah,
sort of feel going on. Even if it is like, it's one of those weird things that sounds simple but complicated at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
A la Tool. The depths is just like real ocean vibage. That's something.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. Beneath the Waves, it straddles the line of, light and dark sonically. Cool stuff.
Yeah.
There's some parts in this song that give me like an Alice in Chainsy sort of vibe. So if you're a fan of
there's
quite a bit of that one here.
But I feel like that's been even since Saigon Kick. There's always been those little bits here and there that remind me of Alice in Chains. Not really like in a like they were influenced by them, because it was the same time period. But I just think it's like, great minds having these sort of combinations of melody, harmony, and heavy riffage, and it's just like I don't know. But that's the thing, is some of these songs have like almost like a classic feel to them, while at the same time sounding like something you've never heard before, and that's pretty impressive, really.
Well, Saigon Kick, particularly on the first 2 or 3 albums, they always struck me as what would happen if you took Jane's Addiction, Alice in Chains, and Pantera, sort of threw that in a blender, and then Saigon Kick is the result, It's that thing of great minds thinking alike, that's why the early 90s is just such a wealth of great stuff.
Yeah. But how many artists from that time period are still putting out stuff of this caliber? That's what blows me away about this, is I'm just like, yeah, he could literally just be phoning it in for the people that were Saigon Kick fans, but he's making music that's gaining new fans, and that's pretty.
And it's pretty boundary pushing too, as well. Like, as far as the music goes, like, I can't think of a time recently I heard something like, Sick Riff or Flying Monkeys. But yeah, where are we at? We're at Sweet Eliza now. Great melodic stuff going on here. Like, it's the ear for melody and harmony that does it for me on anything that Jason has has hands on. It's just always blows me away how anthemic so much of it is. Vocal line wise. Track 11 with like 9981 Darkness, like there's so many layers on this album. Like you said, there's like every musical idea possible that would make sense is just, like you say, squeezed out until you have, it's appropriately titled being the Baron von Bielski Orchestra, because it's so layered that you need a fucking orchestra to play some of this stuff. Yeah.
Put that on the post of this. Like, here's what Eddie said. Yeah.
Feels just like love. Proggy as fuck. Love it.
It's a fun one.
Bear sedatives. The melodies, man. Damn.
Yeah.
Deep Blue. We have entered the vibe zone. It's proggy yet chill at the same time, and that's something that many try and fail to do. This one is a success, and finally you get Human Head, Excellent melodies on it, tasteful and understated bluesy guitar playing.
I just love that it wraps up with a song where the chorus is "On the wings of Satan." I'm like, yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you end it. And it's a nice, little little ballady kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, it really is like, I think I said this when we did the Saigon Kick ranking, where I was saying that some of the songs will come at you with something that you weren't necessarily expecting. Either the genre style of the song or something that happens within the song is like really unexpected, but at the same time, it all feels like it's being put together by somebody who knows what they're doing. They're just sort of guiding you through it. Just like, don't worry, I got you. And you're being taken through the Postcards from the Asylum, I guess. It's a fitting title because it really does seem like all these different, like if you were in an asylum and everyone's got their different things going on, and everyone's, I mean, it makes one thing make sense to everybody else, and then they've got so much shit going on in their own brain. Each one of these songs is almost like its own little case of something. And and
I'd be scared shitless if the dude flying monkeys is about.
That's the guy that's eating flies in his room. Yeah. But yeah, so overall, you can tell we both really like this album, and so we've spent the last 10 minutes just completely sucking off Jason Bieler, and so but yeah, it's a great album, and it's out today, April 14th, and I'll put all the links below. But yeah, it really is like well performed, well produced. And there are guest musicians on it, but you go look at his list of musicians and some of the names I go, okay, I recognize that name. That seems like a real name. That seems made up. And so there's all these different musicians that he made up names for.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, well, some of these are real people that collaborated with him. But overall, this is his baby. Like, he wrote it, he produced it, mixed it, and it sounds fucking incredible.
Yeah.
And it's just really one of those albums that's it's an absolute experience and takes you on a fucking journey. And really, I only have one gripe about it, and it's not really about any of the content on the album. It's just the gripe that you and I have a lot, which is it's a little long. And so it's hard to get through the whole thing for somebody like me, where I constantly am just distracted by things, So I almost feel like, it'd have been really cool if he had put out a 5-song EP and then a 10-song album and arranged them in kind of a, an interesting way where you get all the flavors on both of them. But I mean, I guess technically he did do that. He put out a fucking, yeah, it really is like, even if you don't know who Saigon Kick are and you've made it this long into this very long-winded review,
do yourselves a favor and go listen to The Lizard right fucking now.
Well, do that. That's our favorite Saigon Kick album, but also our descriptions here do not do the songs justice at all. Like, it's really hard to put into words how good this is. It's easily at the end of the year going to be in my top 5 contender for album of the year, depending on what comes out. But it's because it literally is one of those things that the more, once, especially the third time I listened to it, that there's so many things that just were so pleasing when it came to these certain choruses or little sections of the songs. And I'm just like, yeah, this is the kind of album that's just going to keep on giving the more that you listen to it. So kudos, Jason Bieler and the Bear.
Oh, guess I'm taking this one. Congratulations, Jason Bieler and the Baron von Bielski Orchestra.
Yes, Baron von Bielski with Postcards from the Asylum. And if you do like this album a lot, go back and listen to Songs for the Apocalypse, because it is equally, I think I like this one a little more, but that one is pretty fucking sweet too. So yeah, and then like I said, in the links down below, I'll have a link to his Bandcamp page, a link to our ranking of Saigon Kick, a link to our interview with Jason Bieler, in case you're just interested in the man, and I certainly am. So yeah, thanks to Jason for giving us access to this album early. It was really fucking cool. And we hope to speak to you soon. And all of you out there, the peanut butter platypuses that watch this, and all of you newbies, go listen to or watch Cranked and Ranked, and go watch Eddie Sparxx's stuff, watch some old head stuff, and just have a good old time. So, any parting words?
Hell yeah!
Absolutely. So yeah, that's it for Cranked and Reviewed for the Jason Bieler and the Baron von Bieler Orchestra.
Bielski.
No! Baron. Bye, everybody.
We'll do it live.